Hello, my name is Dr. Davina Lloyd, and I'm the former chair of the steering committee of the CEDAW People's Tribunal, which is now closed, having managed to, within 1 year, heard the evidence, brought about the tribunal, and produced the report, despite the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic and all the difficulties that caused. This is a remarkable achievement, and everybody involved is to be congratulated. We were delighted to be able to work with the Honourable Dr. Jocelyn Scutt, who, as our president of the tribunal, has managed so expertly to bring together all the evidence from our witnesses and put it in the context both nationally and internationally in the report published recently. Her extensive knowledge of CEDAW and international law made her eminently well qualified, and she has certainly highlighted all the issues and brought the government to account. The overwhelming message is that we need to incorporate CEDAW into domestic law, ensuring that its provisions are directly there to be able to be enforced by the courts. But we also need training in CEDAW at every level, and to listen to the voices of women and ensure that there are gender impact assessments before any legislation comes into place. It's something that Boris Johnson himself partially alluded to when he said at the G7 conference in Cornwall this spring, and I will read the quote, "Building back better together, building back fairer, more equal, and perhaps a more feminine way." Isn't that what we all need? But we also need to build on CEDAW, and we need to take on this opportunity to address all the issues that concern and affect women. Dr. Scutt clearly tells us what CEDAW is and how it can be used, as evidenced by its use in countries worldwide. And she also uses the testimony of the witnesses to show what needs to be added. She highlights in her recommendations the need to look at intersectionality with an expanded list of protected characteristics, and the need to address all aspects of violence against women, including online abuse, the need to ensure women's equal participation in the polity, etc., the need to address polygamous marriages, the lack of legal aid, the no recourse to funds for victims, issues of detention for women, rape law, unequal pay, and etc., etc. Those are just a few of the issues that come to mind, but all the issues raised by the witnesses are dealt with extensively in the report. Her conclusions are deeds, not words, and that now is the right time to act. In fact, there couldn't be a better time. Sandwiched between G7 and COP26, with generation equality already highlighted worldwide this summer, and issues of women's rights at the forefront of national and international concerns as I speak. CEDAW will be highlighted at the Labour Party conference this autumn by drop-in sessions in Parliament to press the message forward. And we know that the Scottish Government plan to incorporate CEDAW with other UN conventions into Scottish law in their next Parliament. So Boris Johnson is in danger of being left behind unless he acts now. We thank all our supporters who've stood with us on the right side of history over the past year. And what we now all need to do is to highlight this amazing report and put pressure on the government to act now. And finally, listen to the voices of women and give the majority of the population substantive, transformative equality. They can't keep on saying that they support rights for women across the world, but they fail to take action on the home front. Deeds, not words. Now Now we need CEDAW in law.